All right, we're back. And indeed, FreyasSpirit wants to do any percent minus the mini bosses. So the only mini boss we're going to see this time, we'll see Bomb Teresa, we'll see Bot Wound. No Croc, no Spore Spawn, no Golden Teresa. I'm Tracy M. With me again is Maniacal. You ready for this one, Maniacal?
I don't think I have a choice. I think I better be ready. But yeah, I'm excited. I figured Freyas was probably going to go with any percent. They wanted to race Zoast in any percent in the Swiss rounds, and I don't blame them. I think getting a run like a VOD of your run against the world record holders run, just to get to do something like this head to head one-on-one, not something you do every day. And I think in a matchup where you view yourself as overmatched but still potentially competitive if things go very, very wrong, this is a very reasonable and fun choice.
Yeah, in the end, you want to have fun when you do these things. So Freya said earlier in chat, this sounded more fun. Therefore, that's what they chose. And let's hope they have a nice fun run here.
Yeah, both runners choosing to start on time this time, which is good. We're only going to get 6 serious stations today, unless Freyas takes it to Game 3, in which case we will get the full 8. And yeah, Zoast saying in chat, any percent still somewhat volatile.
It is.
Definitely a category to pick rather than especially 100%, which is very, very not volatile, very movement-based, very grindy. Things can happen in any percent. Hopefully that doesn't come up for either of our runners, but they're not 100% guaranteed. They're only any percent guaranteed.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what route Zoast takes in this situation, knowing he's the favorite. We have seen several times when he's the favorite in an any percent race, he will consider doing Kraid before Ridley, as we call it, as Kip calls it, the Captain Picard route, the PKRD. I'm going to assume Freyas is going to run old routes, since that's essentially what they were running in the previous match in the all bosses, but maybe they'll switch it up and we'll see something different.
Yeah, I think with what we saw from Freyas last night, that they almost straight up PB'd any percent new route. And if they just want a head-to-head VOD against Zoast, I think we might see a new route run here.
That would be really cool, I think.
I wouldn't be shocked to see Freyas go up at Red Tower. We'll find out soon. But I think it could go either way. But yeah, I think most of the safeties we'll see from Zoast will be in the strats, and not so much in terms of collection and the things that we traditionally think of as safeties. But there's actually a ton of safeties in many of the individual rooms, just in terms of how aggressive a strat Zoast chooses to run.
Yeah, racing is very different than going for a PB. You're not going to if you're going for a PB, you're going to play more risky, because if you don't get it, you can just reset. You're not going to want to reset anything in a race. Fortunately, we've never seen that happen, but I'm waiting for the day when someone resets thinking, oh wait, this is, forgetting it's a race and hitting that reset button. Hopefully that never does happen.
Yeah, haven't seen it yet. Haven't heard of it happening. That doesn't mean it hasn't happened, and most things manage to happen at one point or another. So we may see it eventually, but hopefully not tonight.
And so taking a bit of a lead as he goes up the elevator here.
Yeah, good elevator time from both runners. I'm always happy if I'm pushing like a 350, but both runners cutting well under that. Zoast, I think, hit the elevator like 342 or something. something otherworldly. Zost's early game is very, very good. Zost's entire game is really,
Yeah,
really good. I mean, let's just be honest. But
I mean, it's just insane to think. I mean, watching him over the last couple months as he set that recent world record, the 40:55, it's just insane to watch him sometimes. When the only person, well, maybe Behemoth as well, but the only person really that can get a 41 and just be completely despondent over it.
I don't know if I've seen the despondent 41 yet, but the 41s definitely are pretty casual at this point.
Yeah,
Zoast stream,
for sure.
I'm sure everyone is already following Zoast who's here and watching. But if you're somehow watching Super Metroid races and are not following Zoast, do that. Freyas also quite a grinder, also very worth following. Definitely show both runners some love. And Freyas with the bang C in chat. Thank you, Freyas.
Follow the runners, don't follow us.
Yeah, we just talk about Super Metroid because we don't play it.
Well, depends on your definition of playing it, but yeah, I don't play it at this level, that's for sure.
Yeah. I only play it when the items are shuffled around, and I can blame the item shuffling algorithm on my ads. But I think we're going to see Zoast, as we saw last time, killing the pirates. I'm really watching that left side of the screen to see what Freyas chooses to do. It'll be really interesting to see if they kill the pirates or not, because that will be one of the first indicators of whether or not they're going to run new route or old route. And
I see missiles.
Yeah, I'm excited about this missiles. I also see stopping for a second drop because of Kojacting one of those. Are you allowed to Kojact a missile? I think here you are. But I think we're going to see a heads-up new route race, and I am super, super stoked about this. Interesting turn KO on the Ripper too. I don't know if that was a primary strat or just sort of a thing that was like a backup as a result of having 3 missiles into that room or not.
All right, this time, no question, we are not going to see Spore Spawn this time. Not going to see him early, not going to see him late. Just going to go right on by. The forgotten mini-boss.
And Freyas choosing to gamble that Rio drop there. Getting missiles out of it, which is a good result. But Zoast so far having a very, very clean run. Not surprised, but still good to see. The only hang up I caught so far was that little screw up in the climb. So overall, this has been clean. He'll have a good alpha power bounce time.
Very nice climb up Red Tower. And now we get the definitive of whether Freyas is going up or down.
Yep, and using one of those extra missiles there to farm the Cactac, missing the charge shot, but that extra drop from the Rio granted Freyas a little bit of extra leeway in terms of early ammo management, and there they go, up Red Tower. We're getting a heads-up new route race, and
nice.
I'm as excited as I was a minute ago about it.
And a very nice up Red Tower climb first try from both runners, in fact.
Yeah, the runners made Red Tower look pretty darn easy. As it turns
It's
out,
not.
it's not.
As it turns
It's
out, it's
very,
very
very easy
not
to screw
easy.
it up. Yeah.
Oh, it looked good on that first jump on the CWJ for Zoast. See if he can finish that off.
Yep.
There it is.
Nicely done.
That's
Guesses in
another.
chat.
That's another not
I
easy
got
strat.
yeah. I got fast mid. I think we're gonna have a good one here. And honestly, I think if we see Zoast with a good Phantoon time, we might just see him push it and just see what he can do with this run. I don't know, but I think even if you're in a race, if you just end up with a great Phantoon kill time, with how he's been grinding, you might just go.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. I mean, he's got one game up on Freyas already. The 3 categories that could come up, you know, all categories he'd be favored in. So if something bad happens, it'll be interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting question. He might go for it.
Yeah, Kip corroborating, like, if you get a sick gravity time, you just go. I agree 100%, and I'd love to see it happen. And Freyas with a nice horizontal bomb jump there across the moat. And oh, here we go. Well then. Let's
What
go.
a nice tune. Oh my god, that Phantoon. That's a blink and you miss it Phantoon. Wow.
Obviously, Zoast Kart hands that out in a race, which is not the time he wanted that, but it's what he got. And that was a beautiful Phantoon kill. It was, what, a 352 kill or something?
Oh, wow.
Or 1052,
Yeah.
rather? I was thinking 53 or 52, sorry. Yeah, 352 kill. Best Phantoon kill ever.
I mean, I'll phrase into there.
Yeah, yep. Also with the lead off fast there, left fast for Freyas.
Yeah, won't be able to do X Factors this time, but they didn't work out that great for them anyway, so switching over to Dopplers in this situation may just work out better.
Did we just see dueling fast fasts? I think we just saw dueling fast fasts. What is this game that we were playing, and where did Super Metroid go?
Unfortunately for Frey, it's ending up with the invisible pattern, and that can also be a slow, mid, and fast. And that's what happens when you don't actually fire, get a shot in the first chance you get. But still a very nice kill from Freyas.
Yeah, Freyas cleaned it up, and I think Freyas doesn't split the Phantoon kill. I think their next split is Gravity Suit.
Okay, so notice Zoast leaving this room. He needs to have over 120 health to make it through into the bowling. Ideally, again, you want to have more than 180. He can only take 2 hits now, but before he couldn't even take 2, and you can't make it in 1 jump.
Yeah, 2, thankfully, without speed booster and without high jump boots, pretty lenient. But you do need at least 121 health to make it through that. So losing a bit of time, but still very nice run.
Yeah, that might be the end of the going all out for it, but still going to be a really nice start to this run.
Yeah, and Freyas, unfortunately, getting a little caught on that clip, just not getting wedged into that block right there. It was choosing to get out and just not get completely beaten up by the atomics. Good.
Yeah, those atomics will troll you pretty darn good. And Zo's still only at 25 energy. Now, he's got the gravity suit, so it's a lot safer. But still has to be cognizant of it.
And thank you to Lilithan for the follow. Definitely give our runners a follow. Alright, and yeah, Zoast with the 17 health.
Race about to pick up their gravity suit. And of course, being that this is new route, we are going to pick up that spacer beam, because by the time we can pick up that plasma beam, it's going to be not going to help us out enough.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that you kill Draygon so late in the run that you can't leverage the advantage of that plasma beam. Really, you want that spacer for the extra damage output on Ridley to shorten that fight, because there's a lot of charge shots involved in that one.
Yeah, the difference between spacer and not spacer. Yeah, so it's 100 shots with wave ice charge, 60 shots if you add spacer to that. And Zoast is not going to do the Picard route, going to go straight down to Ridley, it looks like. It is the more optimal route, definitely not the safer route.
Yeah.
Although the differences are pretty minor.
Yeah, the big difference is that you get those crate drops on the way to Torian, and that really helps your ammo in the late game.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Which is something that, not a lot of people... It's hard to quantify that in terms of the expected time savings.
Mm-hmm.
And for us getting ceiling munched, unfortunately.
Yeah, you save a little bit of time also having that speed burst when you go to crate, but really it's those drops at a mini crate that make a huge difference. The extra safety really only comes into play if you end up doing a gravity jump. Zoast will probably try and do a lava spark, in which case it doesn't make a difference.
Freya's also going to get Spazer, same reason. We'll see if Freyas goes right to lower Norfair, or if they elect to go kill Kraid on the way. That's a pretty common race safety, is to go kill Kraid and just have that Varia suit. I know Freyas has very often been ending up with a gravity jump entry, just because that lava spark can be really tight to get. And so I would, for a race, want to see going and getting that various suit before lower Norfair, but definitely understand just pushing the route as much as you can, and that looks like what they're going to do. I welcomed anyone coming in from the SpeedGaming raid. See, we have 77 folks coming in from that. You're coming into the middle of an any percent race between Zoast on the right and FreyasSpirit on the left. Zoast is up one game in any percent all bosses. They're playing a first to 2 wins or best of 3 match. Zoast currently in the lead in this one, but we're just about to head into arguably the most dangerous part of the run in lower Norfair for both runners, so we'll see if they're able to make it safely through.
Yeah, and lower Norfair are going to be a much different part in this run than we saw in the 90% all bosses. The runners are not going to have plasma, they're not going to have screw attack, so it's a very, very different experience without those extra safeties.
Yeah, no screw attack, no plasma, and those are, of all regions on the map, other than possibly Mother Brain's room for plasma, they're the most relevant lower Norfair.
Zoast is going to pick up those wave missiles. And that'll be the last ammo pickup. He's going to get the wave beam, and then, he'll get one more E-tank, either the Crate E-tank or the Ba'un E-tank. And so it's heading on down towards Lower Norfair, going through what I like to call the Remembered Highway, because we started using it again once we started doing new route. This is the casual way. If you're going the other direction, you get to the speed booster and the right side above mountain.
Comically, this is one of the only rooms in new route that is slower with speed booster. Really strange. You get speed booster and then you immediately go down here and you hate having speed booster.
Also, another fun fact about that area is that it's the one area, I don't know if it's the only area, but it's heated if you come in the intended way, but it's not heated if you go the opposite way. You see Zoast turning off Ice Beam and Spazer. It means he's going to start his Ridley fight with an X Factor. We'll have to turn those back on once he runs out of, or once he finishes his opening X Factors. I've seen Zoast do as many as 4 opening X Factors in a run, so we'll see how many he gets in this time.
Yeah, some of it's Ridley dependence. You can only really guarantee that first X, and then sometimes Ridley can just be scum. Can give you like the immediate left side bad behavior pogo or something where like it's a rare output for Ridley and it's just random, but the first one's guaranteed. The rest of them are a combination of luck and skill. Freyas also choosing to get the wave missiles as a safety in this run. A very nice, low-cost to get safety ammo pack that can, really save you if you end up with a bad Torian or a bad turret in the Mother Brain room or something.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this earlier. Those missiles, they don't. If you skip them, they don't save the full 7 seconds, since you have to go out of your way to skip them. They save more than like about 5 seconds.
Yeah, you definitely lose time due to not having the full run speed. It's not that big of a thing, but when you're deciding which missile packs you optimally want to get, it's a confluence of time cost of actually grabbing it, and then also what the cost of getting missiles earlier or later is at different points in the route. Looks like Freyas is setting up for their Lava Spark. Looks like an okay charge attempt here, and the deboost. Yo!
Oh, nice. Nails it.
We got 2 Lava Sparks here. That is very nice.
Okay, second X Factor for Zoast. Looks like he's setting up for a third one.
And it looks like we're getting the quad X.
Oh, we got the 4 X Factors. That is awesome.
Yeah, both these runners are great.
Each one of those particles will do 300 damage, so for 4 X Factors, it's a total of 1,200 each. So pretty much gets Ridley almost halfway there with 7,200 damage there. Almost halfway of that 18,000. With this beam combination, if you were just to use the beams, it would be 60 shots. Of course, we supplemented already with the X Factors, and he already supplemented with some of his ammo as well.
When Ridley is more than half dead, he gets speedier and redder, as we can see. And Zoast side of Ridley's dead, and he's just gonna wait for the grab. There it is. Very clean Ridley fight.
Freyas with a really nice horse room in the game there into the amphitheater here, and doing very well. Freyas taking their time going down the red key hunter shaft there. Those key hunters are pretty nasty, so definitely want to stay out of their way.
Yeah, they deal 50 damage per hit with Varia and Gravity, or with just Gravity even. And so 50 damage is a lot of the 101 health that Freyas currently has, which is part of what makes Lower Norfair so dangerous.
Yeah, I talk about this a lot of the time. I really like Lower Norfair, just the various differences depending on what category you're running, or even your different, if you're playing a randomizer, the different items that you end up getting. It's so much fun to have that variety in this area. I feel like it's got more variety than any other area in general, just depending on what items you've picked up and what you have to work with.
Freyas into their Ridley fight as Zoast has made it out of Lower Norfair. I see in chat mention that Freyas is doing great, which is absolutely true. And then saying first time I've seen them running new route. They're absolutely newer to doing this particular any percent route. So it is especially nice to see them A, choosing to run this, and then B, doing so well at it. Nice laser. Not even door there for y'all got to hear. Laser Sova? Is that a thing?
Apparently it is now.
Who knew that it was actually a laser beamer?
Okay, so it's now gonna go kill Kraid.
Yeah, I'm fixated on this left side, watching Freyas clean up this Ridley fight.
Oh, absolutely.
So far, they're doing a good job with it. Switching over to supers, and decided Ridley is dead. Maybe Ridley's not dead. Ridley's acting pretty dead.
Yep, there he goes.
Just
got this
going for the explosion.
Yep, the spontaneous explosion. Ridley being the weird boss that will die when he picks you up, but if you don't get picked up, he will eventually spontaneously combust after he does enough swoops.
Yeah, and not getting any health drops there, so going to take that Ridley tank. So Freyas PB last night, the 46-43 that they got, did have 4 tanks, and I believe that they are just running with the Ridley tank for now, and will also grab the Phantoon tank.
Yeah, I like the choice to grab that Ridley tank. They can always choose not to pick up that Phantoon tank if they feel like their health is good enough at that point, but it's not that far out of the way to pick up, so good chance that they'll pick it up. Just finishing up Kraid. We know he'll pick up the Phantoon energy tank unless for some reason he decides to pick up the Kraid tank instead. That would be really odd. He needs at least one more to survive Mother Brain, so the Phantoon one is the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I don't expect anything but Phantoon tank from here from Zoast. He's through the worst non-Mother Brain part of the fight.
Yep.
Nice Meridia entry there. I really like that strat. Now we get the cool and cozy tunes of Meridia, which I always really like.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of funny that in the the new route runs, this part comes after all of the intensity of the Lower Norfair tunes.
Yep.
Even though
it's
plenty difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, even though I first played this game when it came out, we're talking 26 years ago, I just remember that feeling. And you get down to Lower Norfair, and you get that music, and it's just like suddenly, the game really means business now.
Oh, Freyas.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
good
Oh,
dodge.
they're good. They're good.
Okay.
That was a little
Yeah.
scary. Those key hunter, that one more key hunter hit, and that would have killed them. But
Yeah, it was-
Freyas gets through just fine.
Yeah, getting knocked down by Musketeer number 2 back into Musketeer number 1 was not a great situation, but came in with 3 hits to give and used them. See if Zoast gets another full halfie. I'm betting yes. Looks like a good down grab there, so probably. Yep, there it is. Oh, nope.
Nope.
One
Halfie,
pixel
halfie.
too low.
I guess
Not
you
quite.
can't. Even
Shucks.
Zoast can't hit them every single time. Okay, we got our Draygon fight about to start. So starting with the X Factor into the speed booster opening.
And that was
Again,
a
pretty
very
standard.
nice connection. And as long as we get swoop here, we're of course Draygon scum. Why do you do this, Draygon? Why?
And like we talked about earlier, no need to pick up that space jump. Not going to do us much good here. Also not going to pick up the plasma beam. Freyas meanwhile having a little bit of trouble with Kraid.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little bit of a stand up here, but Kraid down to 400 health. Riding the low toenail there. That was a rarity. The Kraid maneuver deep cuts. But gets that Varia suit.
Alright, nice mock ball out of the Meridia area. And Zoast just needs to get through Torian to wrap this up.
Yeah, and this is about what we expected. Zoast just putting up a great time in a race. Somehow, you know, just so consistent. Is so well practiced at this category because he's been doing the world record grind for it lately, and is representing the 1 seed very well. I see a comment on the speedball upper parlor strat that Zoast ran sort of toward entering Terminator, and I saw Freyas nail that strat yesterday as well. So hopefully we see both players nail that. That's a really cool strat. And Freyas not running a decalled X Factor. Unfortunately, only had 5 supers and missed one of them, so is going to need to clean this fight up. And Botwin's hitbox and patterning being what it is, we're just gonna, bet and pray, basically.
Alright, so taking the time, turning all the beams back on. If you do it right at the elevator, you save a little bit of time on the menu.
Yeah, and health and ammo's looking pretty decent in Tutorial, honestly, so this is a pretty good situation. Hopefully the drops cooperate.
Only got one super there, I think.
Yeah, well, two. One from
Right,
one
because he
from the
shot
first
one.
used one, but yeah, it's not too bad yet. Yeah, this is a good situation.
Okay, now we're looking good. He'll probably use missiles in the last one just in case, but 29 would be fine if he ended up with that.
Yeah, I expect missiles here, but
Yeah, there we go. 2010. We're good. That's Freyas. Freyas goes into their Draygon fight. Zoast is gonna try and get that baby skip.
And I think 3 of those X-Factor particles hit, so pretty good opener from Freyas. Getting swoop RNG, a lot of players will choose to just wait out the swoops and wait for these goops to try and get those sparks in then. And unfortunately, a little bit of a challenge with that short charge. Going to use some ammo. Ammo will speed up the swoops, and so can make it a little harder to time.
Yeah, so of course does get the baby skip, and very nice down back. First try on the first Zeb. Still saves time even if you're not, even if you don't have screw attack, you don't have to menu it off, but still very difficult strat. Very nicely done.
Yep.
See a Mother Brain 1 going down while Draygon goes down on Freyas' side.
Yep, and is going to gravity jump here because Spike Suit was being what Spike Suit is, which is frame perfect and dumb. But going to use that blue suit to get that reverse halfie, or the Womple Spark.
Yeah, it looks like they used up that blue suit a little bit early, so gonna have to go through here the hard way with wall jumps.
That will have a little bit of extra health on account of it. A little bit of a slower pace, but not a crisis.
Zoast, on the other hand, now in the 60-shot Mother Brain fight.
Should be just about a catch-up. There's the first one. I was gonna say, the count seems good. Yeah, Mother Brain being a little weird, but Zoast will make it through. Freyas with a nice backup there on the Everest exit. Just missing a fairly tight jump on the way out, but good plan to back it up from the left side. Freyas on their way to Torian now. Not in contention for a PB or a route PB, but still for a race situation, a pretty good run, and
Absolutely.
went for that parlor speedball. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the unmorph there. It's pretty tight. Definitely not something that I can do. Yeah, so I guess Zoast, unless something weird happens, is going to advance to face the winner of the 8 versus 9 seed matchup. Do you know which matchup that was, Tracy?
That was the Aussie-Andrew match. So he'll be playing Aussie in the next round, the 1 versus 9.
Right, and I believe Zoast and Aussie also played during the Swiss,
Yeah,
so that'll also be a rematch.
I believe Zoast set a SRL record for low percent ice in that match. So
yeah, that'll be a fun match to watch.
Yep. See, one of our, well, not really newer anymore, but he did win the Super Metroid Prodigy tournament last spring. For those starting, had to not have a 50 or lower PB when that started.
Yes, yeah, Aussie, a newer runner in the community, and Freyas not with great ammo here. They're gonna need to depend on some drops. And need to get these Metroids off of them. There they go. Alright. Zoast is onto the ship and finishes with a casual 41.
Yeah, 41, 43. Very nicely done. GG's to Zoast.
Yeah, huge GG's to Zoast. That is another killer run. And Freyas getting some good drops there. As long as they handle Metroids 4 properly, they'll be in good shape.
Not great ammo, but enough.
Yeah.
And with that extra missile pack that they picked up at Wave Beam, they'll be fine.
Yeah, gonna want to open some doors maybe, but the Metroid 4 super drop was unfortunate. Tapping the ceiling side hopper, but still converting on the baby skip, so nicely done. And now we get the burbly, disgusting sounds of Torian.
Oh, we had a little bit before. We can't get enough of it.
Alright, so Freyas pretty tight on ammo, so needs to be careful on account of those bad Metroid drops. But I like this decision, just pushing it, trying to, get what race time he can.
Absolutely.
Nice management of the Rinkas. And I'm just watching that left turret. Turret! Why are you scum?
Freyas handles it nicely, though.
Insult turrets. Gosh.
Alright, now 60 shots for Freyas here.
with the extra energy tank from Ridley, there's a little bit more leeway in the fight to take a little bit of damage, but this still can get to be a pretty clinchy fight. I know in Freya's PB last night, or Route PB rather, they ended the fight at 320 and had to do a large part of the end of the Mother Brain fight for Mother Brain 2 without taking a hit because of kind of scummy patterns. So hopefully Mother Brain behaves a little better. Well then, that
was a little scary.
Yeah, so some iframes from that bomb explosion, taking the 20 to dodge the ketchup to the face. And yeah, Freyas has made it through.
All right, nicely done, Freyas. Now Freyas just gonna have to wait out the cutscene.
We get to enjoy this one more time, and then that's going to do it for this match. So Zoast now has won 2-0, so definitely is moving on to face Aussie. So I'm looking forward to that. Unfortunately, that means that Freyas is going to be eliminated from the tournament, but they had a great showing, and looks like Zoast is joining us now. GG, Zoast.
Yeah, GG.
Thanks, man. How's it going?
Oh,
Good.
dude, it's going great.
Sure.
Got to watch 2 excellent runs.
Yeah. That was pretty good. I can't complain too much about that show.
Yeah, some of deviation from world record across 2 runs less than 1 minute is not a bad night for 2 races, dude.
Alright. Tracy, I made sure to be on the right audio stream today, too.
Nice. So, you want to talk about your decision to do 80% all bosses for that first race?
I feel like it's a pretty consistent category, and I feel really confident in it as far as being able to beat anybody at the category. And I just like it, and it's quicker than 100%.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's very true.
I mean, 100% probably be the safest, but I feel pretty confident in all bosses too.
All right, Freya's finishing up Mother Brain 3. Just the escape to go.
So, after the fast Phantoon, if your health was good into bowling, were you just gonna push it with that run and see what you were able to do with it, or were you gonna stick on race strats?
I probably would have still gotten wave missile. I mean, that was my only safety, so I probably would have still done that, because that's really risky if you skip wave missile on that race. But I would have tried to get, the best time I could get with wave missiles. I don't know. I don't think I would skip wave missiles, though.
Fair enough. Yeah, that one can be pretty risky. We saw the Metroids be kind to you, but then Freyas caught the Metroid rooms being Metroid rooms with the drops.
I had a pretty good count coming into turn. I think I had like 5 supers coming into turns.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Your ammo and health in Datorian were both in really, really good shape.
So, Phantoon didn't draw me any supers. I got 1 super from the Puyo. So I was forced to do spike suit. So, but luckily Draygon dropped a lot of supers, so that was the good news about it. But yeah, the first couple of rooms weren't that good of drops. They were okay, but it was enough with that 5 supers coming in to where I was pretty safe.
And Freyas is again saving the animals. But they're going to make
sure
it to
sign you're not
still
on
with a sub
PB pace.
50. Yep. Yeah.
And there it is. Freyas finishing up with an official SRL time of 49.49. Also joining us now. How you doing, Freyas? GG's.
We're doing well. Up until Kraid, that run had PB potential.
Yeah, GG. That was a nice run to watch. They both were.
Yeah, we're super happy that we got to run a proper new race against Zoast.
Yeah, I was really keeping an eye on whether you're going to missile those pirates headed down toward Brinstar or not. I wasn't sure.
Maniacal was on it.
And I was happy to see you start missiling the pirates. I was like, okay, we're getting this new route race. I am excited.
And GG Zoast on making it to the round of 8.
GG, thanks. Sorry you had to face me twice in the first right from the get-go both times.
We got to run any percent twice. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, somehow if you're gonna win these tournaments, usually you have to go through the top seed at some point. Sometimes not twice, but
also
a little bit of a bad break.
thanks for letting me restart the first round. That was very nice of you. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. That was very sports person like there for you, Freya. So it was really cool.
Yeah, we'd much rather we want a proper race.
I respect that.
It would feel bad if we won because Zoast started late.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those things happen, and so it's nice to get a restart, especially if it's apparent like that it went wrong fairly early in the race. Some of those races where there's like a 15 or 20 minute delay or whatever, those things can be a little bit of a slog if someone screws up and needs to reset. But with something like this where you can watch the restream and there's minimal delays, it's pretty easy to restart. So it was good to get everything synced up.
But yeah, I'm gonna guess that Freyas, you had choices, but you just really wanted to play that any percent. Is that generally your favorite category, or
yeah,
did
our
you
favorite category? We
consider
wanted to do one new route run to close out the tournament, and we put on an amazing show. That was the second best grade pace the second best grade pace we'd ever had, and unfortunately the Draygon went that way, but really good run.
Exactly. The final time of the run often doesn't tell you sort of the whole story. And that was one that was, on a really good pace pretty late into the run before it started to go sideways.
And with a really bad
joy
mode.
To watch. Oh yeah, that too. The second try HBJ backup mode, wasn't it? Because you took a dip on the right side of the pillar at least once.
Yeah, we think we took a couple dips. We lost 23 seconds in the mode.
So Freyas, since you're out, what can we expect to see from you? Are you going to keep grinding down that new route?
Yeah, we're definitely, as long as our thumb holds up, we're going to keep pushing down new route. We also want to push down low ice, but we think low ice Ridley was what caused our thumb to start hurting, so...
Yeah, I can sympathize with that. My hands legit hurt when I do too much charge beam Ridley. For me, it doesn't even take low ice, just practicing the regular fight.
Yeah, so we just want to keep pushing down any percent in low ice as long as our hands hold up. And we're super excited to see the rest of the tournament.
Oh yeah, I mean, Zoast is set up for a matchup next round, another rematch against Asu 101. How are you feeling about that matchup, Zoast?
I feel good. I just need to be prepared. I can't come in unprepared to any of these matchups and expect to just breeze through. Yeah, I feel pretty confident though. I've been trying to, keep the rust a little bit off on all these categories. Also, it's tough, but I think I have a good shot, obviously.
Yeah, I saw you practicing low ice before the race, so I thought maybe that was going to be the direction you went, but just practicing that for a later round, I guess.
Well, low ice is a little volatile, so I don't know if I'd pick that
Mm-hmm.
versus anybody. Maybe Zinni or something, but I don't know. I think 100% in all bosses are probably my safest picks for my own pick.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
Interesting that is it just the volatility in any percent that you're trying to stay away from by not picking it, or?
Yeah, I mean, I could do any percent too, but I could just do PKRD and have a really good shot versus most anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't. Either of those three are pretty good bets for me. Other than Zinni, I think 100% is probably the safest, though. I don't know. It's kind of a slog sometimes to play it. I like to play it some in the tournament. I'm just not sure when I'll pick it. We'll see. And who will veto it, you know?
Yep.
Fair enough. I mean, 100% is definitely sort of the most consistent of the categories, just because it's so long and so safe.
Yeah, like you said, it's like super movement based. There's not like the RNG is actually not that bad, especially considering like how long it is. So
yeah, and the only real worry I have with 100% is just not to make sure I picked up everything.
yeah, same.
That is one of the big things, especially like even if you're sharp on 100%, like it can be really easy to just blow by an item if you're doing a bunch of categories like a tournament like this asks you to. If you just sort of, I don't know, like think about the wrong thing in a given room, and then like that's just a major loss to try and correct that if you even realize it in time. So that does make it a little bit dangerous. We haven't seen it come up in the tournament yet, and hopefully we don't, but it's definitely one of those things to think about.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing with it being a multi-category tournament. That you could definitely miss something if you get into one of those modes where you're thinking about another category or just not really paying the most attention at that point.
All right. So, anything else either you want to add before we call it a night?
No, just GG, and thanks again, Freyas, for being cool about the restart and everything.
GG. And
thanks for commentating on.
Yeah, thanks so much for the commentary and for organizing the tournament. This tournament has been so much fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
We look forward to the rest of this one and the next one.
All right. I guess that'll do it then. Maniacal, you got anything to add before we close things out?
No, just GG's to both of our runners, FreyasSpirit and Zoast. Two excellent races by two excellent racers. Be sure to go show them both some love. Give them a follow if you're not already following them. And I will let Tracy close it out.
All right. So we do have more matches in the round of 16. 2 more matches tomorrow. Pretty much potentially a full 6 hours straight of Super Metroid, starting at noon. Slowers and Timo-chan are going to be playing each other. They'll play all 3 of their matches if they go to a game 3. And then right after that, we're going to have at 3 o'clock Fruit Bat Salad versus a Real Cutie. And all 3 of those matches are going to be played. And I do believe Kip's going to be doing his strat chat tomorrow night to review the week and preview the round of 8. So definitely looking forward to that. Like Maniacal said, go ahead and follow these runners. Thank you to Zoast and FreyasSpirit for giving us a really good race and giving us a good time and all that good stuff. Thank you to the other organizers. There's a lot of them. It's not just me, Maniacal. There's a whole lot of people behind the scenes putting things together and make sure this tournament happened. Also, thank you to SpeedGaming and all the SpeedGaming crew. And, of course, thank you all, chat, for hanging out and watching us tonight. And that'll be it for us. And we'll hope to see you at the next races. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be.